All right, back to the Battle of Pinckneyville. The Union has taken the wall, and the Confederates are going to try to take it back. Let's move up Bartow as B. Jr. and his brigade have moved forward. We need to move forward to the rest of Price's corps. Let's get Koch's division moving as well. So far, the Union forces have done a good job defending their position, despite being outnumbered. See how Fournet's doing in the center here. Looks like more Federal troops falling back. Pierce's brigade has engaged the Union troops at the stone wall. They have a perk available to them. Let's do Iron Discipline. What formation are they in? They're in like this winged formation. You have Pierce's brigade with their yellowish trousers and gray tops. And the Federal troops are falling back off the Wolf Creek line. Even though it's taking us all day to get to this position, we are establishing ourselves behind the Union position. Let's move forward with Field's cavalry. George Anderson will move up. The Theophilus Holmes will try to secure the victory objective at Ward. All right, Smith is ready to advance. Bowen looks like they've recovered, but I don't know if I want to push them any further. Their morale is confident, but their loss resilience is almost all used up. Let's form up Rains' brigade. All right, let's push forward with B's brigade. Let's send out some skirmishers, which will hit the flank of Andrew's brigade. And let's wheel B over here. So we've got Pemberton's guns concentrating on that flank position. Trabou's guns, which have taken quite a few casualties from their position. Must be coming from the guns at Morell's guns behind the stone wall. Also have some guns positioned in Copperton. So B's brigade is also clad in all red. The famous red uniforms. I think it's going to come down to sheer weight of Confederate numbers that might win this day. Just realized I did not send Cheatham forward with his men, so he's going to have to rush up to the front. Got some Union troops trying to reinforce. Some Union troops are now falling back off the stone wall. Almost looks like the Union commander realizes that even though his men fought bravely, he is in a hopeless position. Crossland's brigade has withdrawn. The 3rd Brigade of the Union 1st Division is holding on to their position, but they are kind of in an awkward and vulnerable spot. They are past the stone wall, so they don't even have any cover. So they're kind of wide in the open here. Get some skirmishers out from Kirby Smith's brigade. And they're going to try to hit that flank of the 3rd Brigade. You can see Fournier's brigade kind of holding that center of the line. He did a really nice job being the keystone of the Confederate position. All right, and we've captured the Ward House. All right, so Union casualties are 22%. We've still suffered more overall casualties. So we're going to try to rush in here, and we're going to try to rush into Copperton and see if we can't cut off the Federals. They look like they're about to get ready to retreat. So we want to get into a good position to completely cut them off. 3rd Brigade is broken, so let's move forward. Pierce and Kirby Smith. B is going to push forward. Fournier is going to hold his position. We have Rains, Bartow's artillery are disrupted. Put them right up the road, though. All right, enemy is retreating. We really want to push for that major victory, but it's going to take a lot of effort here in the withdrawal phase. We've got our orders already in place. Let's send Fields Cavalry straight into the center of the town. Try to push forward with everything we got. B is in contact. Let's see. Let's send Fournier out. Double time it. Kirby Smith gonna try to capture 2nd Brigade. Holmes is rushing into Copperton to try to cut off the retreating Federals. Let's look at the victory bar. We're still only inflicting 24% enemy casualties. Not going to be enough to score the major. 24 seconds left. All right, Field is in place. We're going to try to charge the broken 3rd Brigade. Again, we're trying to capture as many troops as we can. Alright, they dismount and fire instead. That's fine, inflicting more casualties. We'll try to capture these guns instead. We hear the rebel yell from Kirby Smith's brigade. Alright, only 25.5% enemy casualties. I don't think we're going to get that major. Andrews' brigade is slipped out. We have captured, our first battery is wiped out. Wiped out. Could not score the major. About 15,000 total casualties in this battle. We took about 26% of the Union force down. We wiped out a lot of guns. We only lost 4 of ours. So, a very solid victory of Pinckneyville. Our losses mount up to 7,500. We believe the enemy has lost 7,500 as well. The enemy's national morale drops by 1.15%. Colonel Duncan has fallen in disgrace. His Excellency the President. The Battle of Pinckneyville has ended with the Department of the West retreating in panic. My command has earned us a remarkable strategic victory with the enemy forced to give ground. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 7,600 men, 1,200 killed, and 0 captured. Their morale is believed to be stable. Our casualties is 7,500 with 861 killed, 2,000 missing, and the rest wounded. Wow. Morale is determined with supply situation critical. We have captured 4,000 rifles and 16 guns. That's very nice. Now we do see the Department of Ohio there to reinforce and hopefully save the Department of the West from their destruction. Although they still have reported 21,000 strength. That can't be right. Hood has 5,600 wounded men. No deserted or missing in action. Almost another 2,000 sick though. So you can see the fame of Hood's corps. 5 stars, legendary. Same with Price. 5 stars and legendary. Buckner, some criticism about his slow flanking advance at the Battle of Pinckneyville. He blames it on Loring and Withers getting caught on top of Mason's Hill and not being able to transverse that road properly. Johnston, legendary. Fame. Alright, after that victory, take a look at the strategic situation. National morale for the Union has fallen to 52. The Confederate has the advantage. They hold on to Washington, D.C. National support, though, remains very strong. So even though the morale is down, the Union morale, they are down in the dumps, but they almost have even more resolve to take it to the Confederate States. Army, although 72 morale, they are not, that doesn't look like they're giving up. We've slightly narrowed the gap in army size, where they were a clear at least 100,000 more men than we did. We've closed that gap by about 10 to 15,000. We won't talk about Navy tonnage yet. Military experience is about the same. We've won 13 battles to their 2. One of those battles, I think we didn't auto-resolve. We decided to retreat. So no, there wasn't even a tactical battle. Total casualties, 55,000 against the Union and almost 30,000 against the Confederates. European relations are 0. We've all but given up on foreign intervention. Trade warfare remains even. Weapons industry, they are starting to pull ahead. The Union is pulling ahead in weapons industry. We hold DC and Baltimore. Frederick was recaptured by the Federals. That's fine. Our supply line goes through Washington via Manassas and Alexandria. So it is February 11th, 1862, and there's a couple things that we want to accomplish or set in motion before we get back to the major campaigns in southern Illinois and around Washington, D.C. And that consists of the Navy and the Army of Kentucky and their roles to play coming up in the spring here and into the summer for the remainder of 1862. So we formed this Army of Kentucky under Joe Johnston, giving him a promotion and an army command. He did well in the Maryland campaign, and we noticed that parts of Kentucky keep falling into the hands of the Union. Price had made a move up through Hartford and on to Evansville, Indiana, but it looks like small detachments of Union troops have made their way and recaptured some of these areas. So Johnston has been tasked with fortifying Kentucky as a state. We're going to call her Fortress Kentucky, and we're going to use the Kentucky rivers here. So using the Kentucky River here, we're going to send Archer's Corps north to Harrodsburg, and they're going to be constructing forts and strong points along the Kentucky River. And those will be good, and depots and such, and so that we may, if northern Kentucky is invaded, we can use Harrodsburg or London or Somerset. We'll need to fortify these areas. They can be springboards into retaking this area. Right now, the major theaters of operation are in southern Illinois and eastern Missouri, and we want to free up enough troops to be deployed in those areas. So if we can fortify Kentucky with a small size under Joe Johnston, we should be able to keep any threat of Union invasion at bay, so that we can keep sending soldiers and reinforcements to the Eastern Theater and Western Theaters respectively. So that's the plan. I think we might try to attach some sort of engineering unit to Johnston's headquarters. Guess another native brigade could do the trick of 1,500 men. It'll probably take a little while to get there, 43 days. So we're looking for an engineer. Lieutenant Edward Alexander will make a good engineer unit. We'll even call them Kentucky engineers. So if we're going to move Archer further into Kentucky, we're going to need to probably base Johnston at Bowling Green. All right, well, we've set into motion the Army of Kentucky and their role to play. Again, there's a small army of not even 30,000 men. Now, let's take a look at our naval situation. We've ordered Mitchell's squadron to go on raiding missions and raid the blockaders. But let's look at building a more sufficient navy. I think the goal here would be to just protect the Gulf of Mexico and the Mississippi River outlet and delta as best we can. We can forfeit, not entirely the eastern seaboard, but if it means retreating back to the Gulf with our Atlantic fleet, we should do that. But right now the Union has not threatened the eastern seaboard at all. Alright, so we're going to select New Orleans Port to raise a fleet. And we'll begin constructing. The strongest ships that we can build are these double enders and a second-rate steamer. Let's build one second-rate steamer. It's always the Georgia. Let's assign French Forest to command. So we have the second-rate steamer. We can do a double ender as well. The CSS Nashville. Okay, we can do that. And we have the CSS Virginia in harbor. That's a seat. Can we transfer her over there? We're going to call this the Gulf Fleet. Well, it shouldn't be a river-going fleet. We can move sea and river, which is what we want. And then we'll assign the CSS Georgia. We'll give the fleet a third-rate steamer. And how about a couple schooners? We'll build up a few of the smaller boats here. All right, now we have 8 ships being laid down and being worked on. We'll see how long they will progress to make. So we can try to add some more guns to the forts around the Mississippi Delta. We definitely want to give them some stronger guns. We don't really have much available right now. So hopefully we can start supplying some better. I know we've equipped our field armies pretty heavily with some really good cannon. So as we get more and stronger cannon and artillery, we'll try to set up the forts a little bit better. As for the Atlantic fleet, I don't think we are going to do much more. So the Savannah Squadron, they're all in good condition. I mean, we can maybe attach the Virginia. We will do that. The Virginia will join the Savannah Squadron. And fleet orders will be just a raid. That's currently actually, that's what they are already ordered to do. All right, so that's about the extent of what we are going to do with our naval operations as we gain more artillery and build more artillery, either capturing them or acquiring them or building them. We'll start taking a look at some of our forts and adding some better artillery to defend the forts, and maybe some garrison units as well as we recruit some more troops. Which reminds me, I want to go into financials and I want to add another tick to recruitment. So we're going to add some subsidies to recruitment, see if we can't increase our recruitment levies. You can see the little cross swords here signifying the event of a battle, the Battle of Benton. They seem to be showing, I'm not sure if that was an improvement from a patch. They seem to be showing up a little bit better on the zoom out map, which is, again, nice little touch, nice little cosmetic touch. As you can see, the Battle of Benton Memorial and statue there in southeast Missouri. I hear it's very nice in the spring and fall. Lots of mosquitoes though. So if you made it this far in the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you choose. I do appreciate your time. We'll see you on the next episode, and thank you.